Okay, thanks so much, you guys, for being on the team call today. I want to get going because I want to hear your voices and hear you guys chat. I really want to talk to you a little bit about kind of what's going on and kind of make sure we're ending the month strong. What, honey? Sorry. Come here. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Okay. You want the light on? Okay, go sit down. I'll turn the light on. Give me 1 second. This light? The what? No, you don't need the lights. Why do you need the light on? Okay, you can go get it. It's fine. You'll be fine. Just go get it. Okay, I'm sorry. You just have to go down there. Welcome to my life. Hi, guys. Okay, I'm back. So thanks so much for popping on. I know some of you are doing this from work. Some of you are doing this from your backyard. Oh my gosh, my daughter's crying. Okay, I'm gonna sprint as fast as I can. I need 30 seconds. I need the blanket. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. We're back. You want your blanket? Okay, go back upstairs. I'll go grab it. I'll go grab it. Go back upstairs. It's not there. Look, honey, your Peppa Pig's not there. Your Peppa Pig's not there. Here you go. You got Minnie. Well, then you're just gonna have to go find it. It's not in there. You're gonna find it later. Hi, guys. Sorry. Thanks for understanding. No, please don't cry. I have a little bit of a. She wants everything her way. She wants her stuffed animal at this exact time. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, so it's the end of the month. Make sure that you guys are really dialing into the 21-day fix and extreme sales, just because those are where, when those programs go on sale, it's a very legit deal. Not only because we find that people struggle most with their nutrition, but that if you're not plugging the 21-day fix and 21-day fix extreme, maybe you should think about doing that. Because yes, we have programs for everyone in all different types, shapes, and sizes, and all these different things. But what I have found is that when I focus my challengers on the 21-day fix, they find they get the best results, just because they're really dialing into their nutrition and they're really using the containers. You can kind of see what they're doing. Like if they're not getting results, you can be like, hey, can you share with me what you had, how many containers you had this day, or whatever. And then you're like, okay, well, here's our problem is you're having 3 extra yellows a day or whatever. So it really is, you don't have to be a master scientist to figure it out. It's a golden path to figure out, okay, where they want to go. This is what they can't do. So really make sure that you're plugging that away. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about just kind of what's been on my heart. So before I do that real quick, I guess I should say, it's never the end of the month until 9 Pacific Standard Time on the last day. So whether you have 20 points or 0 points, I have seen everything in the book, from someone going from 0 points to 10 points in one day, from someone fighting to the very last moment of 9 Pacific Standard Time. I just want you to go to bed at the end of the month, each month, knowing that you gave it your all and you helped the most people that you possibly could, okay? That being said, there are very different goals for every single person. So I want you to start thinking about, what are your goals in this business? So if you don't, take out a piece of paper, and I just want you to start thinking about these questions. Number one, what are your weekly goals in this business? Okay, weekly thinking of, I want you to think of yourself. And we're going to talk about most of the call about going back to our fitness, but what are your weekly goals in this business? Okay, do you want to help one person? Do you want to sell 1 challenge pack? Do you just want to reach out to 5 people? Do you just want to put yourself out there on social media? What is it? 3 main goals a week, okay? I don't care what they are, but they're true to you, and they may help you feel passionate about where you're heading, so that you can kind of check it off the list and be like, okay, this is what I did. I don't want you to have 15 goals because we have to make it more simple. This is about being simple, okay? So 3 goals for the week. I also want you to start thinking about a month, all right? Where do you want to be at the end of this month? Are you committed to making Success Club each month? Is that something that is on your radar? Okay. Are you committed to adding to your team each month? How many coaches do you want to add to your team each month? Do you want to start a challenge group yourself each month? Okay. What are your fitness goals? Like, are you starting a program? Are you following a program? That kind of stuff. All right. And then I really want you to start thinking about where you want to be a year from now. If you were to look back and go, I am so proud of myself, or I have come so far, what does that look like to you? Okay. I don't want you just to write these goals down and never look at them again. I'm telling you, there has been proven time again and again and again that if you look at your goals every single day, if you have them hanging up, and I'm going to do this with you, and I want you to post a picture by the end of the day today of your goals wherever you sit the most at. If you sit the most, for me, I swear to God, it's in my kitchen. I'm in my kitchen all the time. So my goals are going to be like right on my kitchen, and I'm just gonna have them out there. One of the things, there's no right or wrong to how you run this business, but I will tell you this. If you want to make this a business, you need to have business-oriented goals. The amount of people you want to help a month, the amount of success points that you want to make. Maybe you're in this for a certain amount of making a certain amount of money, which is nothing wrong with that, okay? And then you also need to have, your own goals for yourself. Like, what program are you going to be doing every single day? How many times are you going to push play every single a week? So make sure that your goals are business driven. Obviously, you're on this call, so you want to make this a business. And also, I would like to say internal driven, or like your own business, your own physical transformation, I guess. Because my goals, one of my goals is making sure that I commit to doing enough personal development each day that I remain positive. And sometimes that's 5 minutes, and sometimes that's 50 minutes. But I make sure that I do that every single day because I know that's what's completely changed my life. I don't have a number on that in a sense of 5 minutes, but I have a feeling on like that I can remain positive and continue to be positive for this team. Does that make sense? So these goals are very specific to you. The last thing I want you to think about is to put a date on it. If one of your business goals is to go emerald, and to make sure that you go emerald each month. We talked about happily emerald after, or to be a diamond, or to be a 2-star, or to be a 5-star, or to be a Success Club All-Star, or just to be helping 3 people a month or 5 people a month, or helping pay for my Shakeology, or whatever it is. Please put a date on it so that I can help keep you accountable, and you can write me and say, or your personally sponsored coach and say, hey, these are my goals. Please keep me accountable. Can you check in with me about them? Because that is what I want to do as your leader, and that is what I want to do to help you, because each one of us are at a different point. Now, the question is, you can only decide what's important to you to push toward the goal. I can help you kind of expand them. For example, if you say, I want to be a business builder and I want to be making X amount of money, and then you tell me it's going to take you 5 years to get there, I'm going to say, Mandy, let's take it back a little bit, and I think you can push yourself a little harder. I think that you're underestimating yourself. But then there's people that are like, well, I want to make $5,000. I want to do it next month. Okay. Well, do you know how many challenge packs if you have no team? Do you know what I mean? So let's be realistic, but also have goals that scare us, and also have goals that push us out of our comfort zone. Okay. For example, I know that this team can be an elite team for the 3rd year. Okay. My numbers are not where they're supposed to be. Technically, I'm supposed to be at 60 something points. I have 40 something elite points. I've had 1 diamond go this year. That diamond has now dropped, and I would have to have 2 more diamonds go, and have a lot of other new coaches kind of pushing out of their comfort zone and adding an additional to the team. Because let's face it, elite coach, it's the title behind my name, but it's a team effort. I can't do it alone. So I could say, well, this year is in the bag. It's half over, I don't know if I can do it. But instead, I'm proclaiming and telling you out loud that I'm pushing to still be an elite team. Okay. I know that we can do it. I just want to help my coaches feel the most success. If you don't want to be a diamond, or if that doesn't matter to you, then I don't want to push you to be there, obviously. But if what matters to you is adding $200 extra a month so that you could go pay for groceries, that's amazing. I remember when Tracy and I talked on the phone, and I remember I was at the beach, and she's like, I just want to pay for my son's private school. Like, that was her, like, big, like, she's like, if I can pay for my son's private school, then I know that I've made it. Like, that was what she said. And I get goosebumps thinking about it, because not only is she paid for her son's private school, she is now paying for that in full, plus extra money for whatever she wants to do, groceries. And now she's going to Summit. And I think, Kaylin, are you going to Summit, Kaylin? I think you are, yeah. She has one personally sponsored coach going with her to Summit. And it's just so amazing for me to watch her. She's not only had this, like, I've always seen it in her, and Tracy knows that, but, like, it's amazing when you start to see it and see other coaches see it in themselves. But, like, she has pushed herself out of her comfort zone to do this fitness shoot, and then she's now rocking Success Club each month, and her team is, she's helping her team rock Success Club. You get what I mean? Okay? Here we have, like, Pamela, who's a brand new stinking, like, mom, and she goes to work, and she's starting to discover that she wants to, like, stay at home with her kids. Like, this is what I want you to understand, is that I want to help you feel the most confident and the healthiest and happiest, whatever that is in your life, but don't sell yourself short, okay? Now, here's how I think this is something that's been going on in the network, is that, you know, on the National Wake Up Call, Leslie, she's a good friend of mine today, if you haven't listened to it, she really talked about coach basics, going back to the basics. And that is really something that we hear all the time, yet we're like, throw it out the window. We try to overcomplicate things. We try to create these brand new trainings. We try to do all these brand new challenge groups, but really what it is going back to what we know works, which is, you know, we can blame Facebook and say Facebook has changed and no one's seen my posts, and, you know, this business is getting harder, or there's too many people in this network, because that's what we hear. I hear that too. But what I have to remind myself is that we need to go back to the basics, like Carl says. And back to the basic means that, do I have recruiting rock stars on this team? Absolutely. But I want you to understand that most people are not recruiting rock stars. Why am I telling you this? Because teaching coaches how to run effective and efficient challenge groups is where the magic happens. Okay? So what I am telling you is bringing people in as a challenger is much more successful than bringing them in as a coach from the very beginning. Can I get an amen, please? Because that is where you're going to have substantial long-term success. Am I saying that coaches that come in as a business builder aren't going to be successful? No, but the majority of people that stick around for the long haul have to feel what it's like to be in a challenge group that is successful. So here's my challenge to you. I want you to continue to bring in people that obviously love the Beachbody culture, obviously love Beachbody products, obviously love you as their coach, but the retention is higher, health and fitness is thriving, and we don't have to just be known as a network marketing company and in it for the money and an MLM if you focus on what we do, which is helping people, which is creating these awesome challenge groups. That being said, some of you are newer and you only have 1 or 2 people that are going to join you, or 1 person. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm opening up my challenge groups, and I will post them every month, okay, in our group. And I will say, here's the next challenge group, team-wide challenge group, which just means that you are allowed to add your challengers in my challenge group as long as you are active, supportive, and doing the work. Does that make sense? And I have told you this from the very beginning. The last thing that you want to do is drop your kids off at the pool and have me be their instructor, and you go away for a long time and then been like, oh, I wish I would have signed up with Kiana. That's not what it's all about. What it's all about is creating this team effort and support, because I have my challengers to work with. I know that Tracy's team does this. I know that Jill's teams does this. I know that I have paired off. So I've paired off with multiple coaches. I've run challenge groups with Nicole. I run challenge groups with Christina. But I want you to understand that you never have to worry about where do I put a challenger if we run team-wide challenge groups. And so that's something that I think will be a really efficient and effective for our team, okay? That being said, when you are ready, and sometimes I want to be careful of saying that because sometimes you don't ever feel ready, but when you want to step out of your comfort zone and run your own challenge group, you can easily do that when you have at least 3 to 5 people, because it's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's about showing up every single day. Now let's focus on these challenge groups and what works and what we know works and why they work. We have something so special here, something to be shared. Okay, but let's not freak out about recruiting numbers and oh my gosh. Let's go back to the basics and focus on challenge groups, because what happens is when we go back to the basics of helping others live happy and fulfilling lives and truly changing their lives in a challenge group, our mission of creating numbers and adding people to our team will naturally follow, because they want to join you. Because why? Because you're helping them change their life. And so we have got to get back to the basics of running successful, encouraging, engaging challenge groups. That being said, I have had many challenge groups which are dead, which are silent. That's okay. It's your job as a coach to show up. Don't you dare quit on those people. Don't you dare say, well, my 5 people haven't showed up, so I'm not going to show up. You're going to show them that you're showing up no matter what. Okay? So here are the rules of a challenge group. If you start it, you must finish it. All right? Do you understand that? If you start it, you must finish it. Here's another rule. There are no rules. I don't care if you add people that are on a Shakeology, that are on another random program, you want to do it for free, but I will tell you this. There is something in an investment. My challengers, when they invest in themselves, they tend to have better results. If they expect that you're going to show up to them for free all the time, they may not invest. They may just assume that your time is free. They may just say, well, Mandy runs awesome challenge groups. I'm never going to invest because she always invests my time. But here's my theory. When I spend time with my challengers and my groups and my team, I spend time away from my family. Therefore, I should get rewarded for that because I'm helping people. I'm helping change their life. There's nothing wrong with feeling that you should get rewarded for putting in hard work, because my challenge groups, I do change people's life. My challengers get results. And when my challengers show up, I check in with those groups most often. I make sure that I'm personally messaging people every single day. So what I do is, if my challengers, and I'm telling you this is kind of funny because my challenge group right now is really dead. Like, I've done everything. I've done live videos. I've done challenges. There's only 2 people posting. So there is no rules. Like I said, there's no rules on how you want a challenge group, but here is another rule. You can stop and combine a challenge group at any time. I have one challenge group that's somewhat active and another one that's not. So I'm telling them, hey guys, on Wednesday, here's the new group. I'm combining you guys because I think it will be better for us. And then put all your effort into one area. It doesn't matter if something is 5 people or 50 people. It matters about your effort. Does that make sense? Okay. So I just want to make sure that when you decide to do this, you go all in and you make it and you do it with your heart, everything. And you don't question whether or not it's working or it's not, or oh my gosh, you just put your heart into it every day. And I promise you it will work. If you show up every day when they don't want to show up, if you post your meals when they aren't posting their meals, if you make sure that you are showing up every single day, and even when they don't, you message them, okay? All it takes is a simple voice message. Hey girl, I've seen you haven't checked into the group for a couple days. I just wanted to check in with you, make sure you're okay. 99% of the time they're busy. They didn't check in. But guess what? They said, Kiana took the time to care about me and send me a private message. What happens if someone doesn't show up for 30 days and you never message them? What do you think they think? She doesn't care. She doesn't care. She didn't even notice I was gone. And maybe that's the truth because we get too busy. And maybe it's not our job to always check in with them every single day. So make it a job once a week to private message all your challengers. Once a week, just once a week. That does not take very much time. I do it all in voice messages. And I can't tell you the amount of people that have said, thank you so much. You're right. I fell off track. I don't know, here's the thing, is if you're doing that consistently, when let's say they do stop Shakeology without talking to you, or they do cancel their stuff, it doesn't look like, oh my gosh, she just reached out to me because I canceled Shakeology, which I have done in the past, and I felt guilty that that's what it seemed like. And I can see why they seem like that, but I don't want them to feel like that because I'm not that kind of person. I don't want to just message people when they stop, when they stop Shakeology. I want to message people throughout their journey. And then it's up to them. If I'm messaging them every week, if I'm checking in with them every week, and I have a group for them, and then they don't show up, that's on them. That's not on me, right? And so your job is just to provide an environment that is amazing, that's awesome, and you have to take your pride out of it. Because I've ran challenge groups the exact same way, and sometimes I have amazing engagement. People are posting, people are commenting. people are whatever. And then there's sometimes where I do the same thing and it's not super engaging. Yet when I write them at the end of the challenge group, they're like, you changed my life. This challenge group showed me that. And I'm like, what? This wasn't even that good of one, but it doesn't matter. They just need a spot to show up and know that you're counting on them and know that you care. Okay. So can we make that a deal that you know what challengers you're working with? You make sure you add them into your challenge group and you message them, and then put a little spin on it. Put a little you on it. What is that? Can you go live a couple times a week? Can you show them a new meal that you've made? Can you do a little fitness? They love it when I do fitness challenges. I like to do fitness live challenges. And so I admit it, in this last month, I haven't been as active in my groups, and I'm active. I mean, I post, but there's some days where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I could have done better. So I just have to go back to the basics and go, this is where the magic happens. If you're spending any time, it should be in your challenge groups with your challengers. Does that make sense? Not, like trying to figure out X, Y, and Z, but the basics of this business, the foundation is challengers, because when they feel supported, loved, they see success, they want to join you because what you're doing is working. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. Okay, sorry, I just went off on a tangent because I like to go off on tangents. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. Make sure that you're going back to the basics, you're focusing on the challenge groups. Let me go a little bit with a little bit of a calendar, because let's focus on that real quick. So we have, today is the 27th. Last day to lock in Success Club, we know, is the 30th, okay, at Pacific Standard Time. Commit to yourself that you're going to reach out to 5 or 10 people, or 5 people a day. I know that some of you have messaged me, you're in the 3 Lives Club, and I think that especially newer coaches or people that are trying to get out of their comfort zone, they get caught up on what to say. I'm telling you, being yourself is way better than having a script. I do have scripts, but just genuinely caring. What would you say to someone that's sitting right here on your couch and you're just trying to re-engage with them, or maybe you haven't seen them in a long time? You'd be like, hey, how are you? Oh, what have you been up to? Like, that's what I want you to do. I want you to reach out to people. I want you to connect with people. And then, yes, you have to be intentional about your connections. And you say, when you told me that you were struggling with getting back into shape, do you know that I run accountability groups? And I think you'd be an amazing fit. I get to choose 5 people to work with each month, and I want to choose you. Let me know if that is something that you want to hear more about. Leave it on them. If they say yes or if they say no, it doesn't matter, but you offered them it. Does that make sense? You at least offered it. So don't put anyone in a box. Don't go, oh, this person would never join me, or this person, this person's going to be this way, or this person, I would never see her as a coach, or, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. I don't care. Take everything out of it and just go down a list. Start going down a list. Go through all your A's in your Facebook. Go through all your B's in your Facebook, or whatever you need to do. And I also have a way you can print up your Facebook list, your friends list, which is very helpful. So you can do that. But the main thing is that if you think you've run out of people to talk to, you got to find more people. You got to connect with more people. You got to go into groups. Not right now. Not right now. Dad's in a meeting. And it's all about relationships. Okay. So let's look at July. So July 4th would be the first Monday we start the new Coach Basics. Let's do the 5th, because July 4th, everyone's out on the town. So let's do July 5th. So make sure that you know that. If you have never done the 10-day Like a Boss Bootcamp, commit to yourself to do it. It's always good to go back through it. If not, just to look through the scripting and the Google document. Awesome. And then on the 18th, we start the social media bootcamp. That's important. Okay. I haven't have them down, but we're going to do 2 more live calls this month of July. Those live events are awesome. I know Tracy signed 3 or 4 coaches. I know some other coaches signed some coaches. I'm going to leave it open to the team, and I'll let you know when that happens. We also run a 5-day coach, a new coach open house. So just know that when looking ahead to the next month, everything is duplicatable and we all have systems. The new calendar will be up at the 3rd of July, but just know that's kind of where we're headed. You should start a challenge group either on the 18th of the month, by July 18th, or by July 11th or 25th if you're doing 2 a month. So I'm starting to do 2 a month, so I'm going to start one on the 11th, and I'm going to start one on the 25th. I'm thinking that our team-wide challenge group will probably be the 3rd of the month, which will be like the 18th of July. So know that the next team-wide challenge group that starts is July 18th, so that you have a place to add. Another thing I'm going to tell you is I might just have this continuous so that, what do you really got into that without asking? Seriously? Okay, well, that wasn't a good choice. Oh my gosh, she got into my chalk. That's really great. Just know that I've ran challenge groups that are just continuous, and every Monday I just introduce new people. Does that make sense? So I introduce a new challenger just like I would introduce a new coach into the team. It's not really day 1, day 2. It's just where they're starting on their journey. They just have a place to show up and be supported. And that's probably what's going to happen because we have so many people adding to the group. Does that make sense? Yes or no? Maybe so. Okay. Okay, so I want you to ask any questions that you have. I want to make sure that we focus on, I'm going to unmute you guys. Make sure we focus on, and if you need to mute yourself, go ahead and remute again. And then we can go from there. Let's see here. What the heck happened there? Oh, unmute. Are you guys unmuted? No, you're not. What am I talking about? How do I unmute those? Okay, unmute.
Do you see what I'm dealing with over here? Too.
Yeah, that's my life. She's like everything right now. Okay, you guys have any questions? How are you guys feeling about the months? Like, how are you feeling? Let's talk about what's working. Anything work? Like, let's focus on. I want you to focus on. I talk to my challengers about this. Let's focus. Okay, I'm gonna mute all, and then I want you to unmute yourself when you're ready to go. And I'm gonna call on you, and you better start getting ready to talk. Okay, one of the things that I talk to all of my challengers, which I think is awesome, is focusing on their 3 wins. Because a lot of times we think a lot of things are going wrong, or we're upset about this, but when we focus on the things that are going right, it really affects us and really makes us. So, Mandy, you're first. Yes, I called on you, and you're going to do it. You're going to tell me what 3 wins that you have and what 3 wins are going well right now for you.
3 things that are going well. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I finally made Success Club, so that's going well.
Yay.
Yeah. And I am starting a challenge group for 21 Day Fix next week.
Awesome.
And I just finished a free 30-day group and a free 7-day group and had a really good response from that. So
awesome. Good job. And so how does that feel? Does that feel awesome?
that feels pretty encouraging.
Awesome. Congratulations for making Success Club. It's cool because once you do it one time, you're like, oh, this is how you do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Cool. Awesome. Love that. Okay, Bailey, you're up.
Am I unmuted?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I've kind of, as you know, been like off of the whole coaching thing for a little bit. So I'm just getting back into it, or trying to at least. And so, I don't know. I don't really have anything good going on right now.
Stop it. Here's where we need to stop. That's your mindset. So say, okay, one of the things is that you showed up to today's call. That's a win.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I saw you push play and you posted about it. I saw you do a video or something, right?
Yeah, I actually went live with doing.
Okay. You went live. Is that a win?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's another thing?
I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, so that one of the things, Bailey, that I noticed with you, and especially with a lot of us, is that we don't realize how much we can control until we work on personal development. So one of the things, your third win, I'm forcing you, is your win, is that you're going to work on your mindset today with your personal development, and that's the one area you can control, right?
Yeah.
You either look. Go ahead.
You're a badass again. So.
Yeah, and you either look at glass half empty or glass half full. If you, I did my workout earlier, and like I didn't plan for good timing, and I had to leave, and I only did 15 minutes of it, and then for like a minute, I was like, gosh dang it, Kiana, you messed up again. You didn't get up in time. Like you suck. Yada yada. And literally, this is what was going through my head. Like this is a coach. Like yada yada yada. And I was like, oh my gosh, like who cares? I got 15 minutes in, more than the average person. That's great. Okay, more than doing nothing. My son on one of my videos was like telling me, Mom, you're gonna do great. Like you're awesome. You exercise every day. Hey, I exercised yesterday on the bike, and I'm gonna be stronger today because of it. And I was like, he saw me do that, And he's saying that is so much more of a win than finishing my 15-minute workout, you know, or 30 minutes. I always have 15 minutes later in the day, so I'm going to split my workout up and finish that up later. And then I think it's really my mindset. Like I was like, I listened to the National Wake Up Call, and then I was like, okay, going back to the basics. You know, Kiana, you're showing up. So it's really just about when you feel a negative thought, like you have to flip it in your head. So for me, it's like, Kiana, you didn't finish your workout. That's ridiculous. You know, that sucks, whatever. No, it's like, no, that's pretty common. That most moms have problems finishing their workouts. So how can I talk about this? How can I make this a win? Do you know what I mean? And so that's something that I think that you need to focus on too. Okay,
Yes,
Kaylin, you're up.
Okay. All right. So I guess my wins would be I have a lot of people interested in my next free group. I'm doing an All-American Arms group starting on the 4th of July. And I'm running it with 2 of my coaches who haven't really stepped outside their comfort zone yet. And so I think it's really going to push them to invite people.
Good.
Number 2, I guess, would be, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm not cutting. No, go ahead, finish.
My arm is tired holding my phone, so I'm my workout. So there's a win.
I had a video the other day of me doing like drinking almond milk, and I was like, I was so sore from the upper fix. No, I was going to say one of the wins I feel like I need to give you a shout out was going live on our event. You were like going to fall over, like scared out of your mind, but you did amazing. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, that's mine too.
Once you do it once, you're just going to have to do it more.
I guess mine would be that I'm not giving up. I haven't hit Success Club this month. It's been a hard month for me. I've been making connections and talking to people and reaching out. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm not giving up. And I have a lot of people that I'm talking to, and I'm going to make it happen.
I love that attitude, and that's awesome. And I want you to understand this. I heard this a long time ago when I was a coach. Here's the thing is if we're continuously talking and building relationships, we're planting seeds. And those seeds may not sprout this month, but I promise you they're going to continue to sprout throughout the year. So I've literally been talking to people on this team that just signed as a coach or just became a challenger for a year. And you just haven't been in it that long enough to see the fruits of your labor. So just be very diligent and consistent, and just know that it's going to happen. I know you're going to do it this month, but also know that you are planting seeds that are going to far out, like going to be like a year from now, just be like boom, 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 boom. And one thing about you, Kaylin, I just want to point out is that on the team, on the live event page, you really focused on the emotional changes that you have been talking about. I want you to do a post today about the old you versus the new you, and really speak to the old Kaylin who's sitting on the couch, like really anxious and depressed or whatever, and talk about how this has changed you. Be very blunt, be to the point, and just be yourself. And I think that will help. And then I think you should do a call to action post just about that, and make sure that you tag Tracy or tag me or whatever, and just talk about like, listen, this is like real. Like I know people say that this like stuff doesn't work, but this is real. Like I feel the passion and purpose and happiness every day. Do you know what the price tag is on happiness? You can't really put a price tag on that. You know what I mean? I feel like when I talk about that more, and just kind of do a before and after, but before and current, and talk about how excited you are about where you're going, type of thing. I think that'll be good for you. Okay, and then was it Mandy Hazel? Were you the one that said that you made Success Club, or the other Mandy?
It was Mandy Hazel.
Mandy, I'm so okay. I thought it was Mandy. What am I talking about here? We have like 3 Mandys on my team. I'm Mandy. I did not know that. I am stoked for you, girl. Not that I wouldn't have been excited for Mandy. Mandy, I don't know how to say her name, so I'm not gonna say it. Cooch, and she went to high school. Crouch, whatever. Just like I said, shoop shup, whatever. Just kidding. People say Kiana all the time. My name's Kiana. Okay, I'm so proud of you, Mandy. Good job. Okay, Pamela. Let's Pamela. Let's do you, girl. And I think that's all who's left on the call.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing, girl?
Okay, just working and taking care of the little baby girl.
So Pamela works from home lots of hours. No, she works not from home. You go to work, right? Oh, did she freeze? Oh, she froze. I love it. Oh, Pamela. She froze. Okay, let's just.
Her frozen face looks a lot better than yours, to be honest. When you freeze, you're always like this, making a weird face.
She's like adorable, isn't she? My face is like when I freeze, I'm like, and she's like perfect with her little baby. Okay. So wait, she'll probably hop back on or like get whatever right when she was telling me that. Okay, so here's the thing is I am so proud of this team. You guys, we come from all different walks and shapes and forms, and just know that the potential that you have is really deep inside of you, and whether you believe that or not is really how far you're gonna get. Remember this, remember this, remember this. You're only gonna go as far as your personal development takes you. So if you don't, like your belief, like you're only gonna go as far as your growth, as like, if you want to be a 5 or 10 star or a diamond, you have to start treating yourself like that before you get there. You have to start acting like that and believing like that. Okay. Pamela, she's back.
I'm back.
Okay.
Hi.
Go ahead. What are your 3 wins for this week?
My 3 wins. So when did the week start? Yesterday?
Oh, whatever. Just your 3 wins. Just focus on her. How are you feeling? I know you have a baby and you work a lot.
Tired. I've been doing more personal development, so that's helping.
Good.
Yesterday I finally opened up, you had some document in one of the groups about where to go when you're starting as a coach.
Yeah, it's in our team page. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how did I never see this? So I'm like, okay. So I spent some time just reading through it, and I want to work on a post about making an announcement like, hey, I've signed up as Beachbody, and I've been doing a lot of like of me and Honor working out or videos and stuff. And people think it's really adorable. And I've had just a few people say like, oh, what's that all about? What are you doing? But then they've just like asked and then kind of like not gone anywhere. So I did a follow up with one girl, and she said she signed up for the free 30-day, and I didn't even know there was a free 30-day. Anyway, that's it. So I'm really just trying to focus on my personal development to kind of like give me the courage to just move forward. And then you talked about reaching out to people. So that's where I'm at. I need to start reaching out to people. I haven't done that yet. I'm just trying to figure out who to talk to and what to say. And
so one of the things I think new coaches, and it sounds very like your message you sent me this morning is like so familiar, and that's cool. That means that you're not alone. Is everyone's like, well, what do I say, or who do I invite? So those are questions that come with building more confidence as you do it. So you just have to do it. So you have to just have a list. I think for me, it's looking like when I was at your stage, I just like look through my friends list and I just would send messages, and I just would be like, go to their page and like things and comment things and be like, hey girl, how are you? I haven't talked to you in a long time. Those are my reach outs. Being genuine, trying to figure out, it was kind of interesting. I found out more things about my high school friends or like my old places where I used to work or whatever. And then like the invites are really like after you've started conversations, but you can do cold invites, which I've done before, but to me, they don't seem as genuine. Does that make sense? I don't want you just to like randomly message people and be, hey girl, I'm doing an accountability group. Come join me, come join me, come join me. They seem way more real and way more realistic. As long as you are showing up on the news feeds and you're having conversations with them. So that starts with making sure that you're having those 5 to 10 conversations so that they can turn into invites every day. Does that make sense? And don't let it get caught up on 5 to 10, okay? 5 to 10 is like, 5 to 10 is something that you really want to grow your business, then you go down to 2 or 3. Like you got to do something, and don't let fear paralyze you. And you're going to mess up, and you're going to have conversations that go, oh my gosh. Like I remember I sent a girl, I was cutting and pasting, which is like not good, I sent the wrong name. I was like, hey Sarah, how are you doing? How's it going on? She's like, number 1, I'm not Sarah, and number 2, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh gosh, I'm a great coach. Okay, so I've messed up lots of times. I failed backwards. I just don't quit. I just make sure I show up every single day. But I want you to, out of this call, we have to go back to the basics of working on our own journey. If we're not in it with our challengers, working on our progress, focusing on our nutrition, showing up every single day with that, we can't talk about the business because we don't feel like the business, we're in it. Does that make sense? And so for me, I know that I
that makes sense.
heavily with the team that I forget sometimes my own journey. And so doing this whole 21 Day Fix Extreme, going back to the basics, and really, I'm like, I've lost 3.5. It's okay. I lost 3.5 pounds last week. I'm feeling amazing. Like my pants are fitting better. My legs are feeling better. Like I just feel like I can't forget myself. So I got to work on myself so that I can show up for my team and be a better coach. You know what I mean? And then be in it with my challengers. I hope that makes sense. Okay, you guys, I got to go pick up my kids from camp. Thank you so much for being on the call. Here's what I want you to do. I'm going to post this in the team page. And I want you to show, because a lot of people listen to the recording, I want you to post a picture of your goals, okay? Of your weekly goals, your monthly goals, and your year goal. And it only has to be at least 3 goals for each one, but I post it and throw the paper on the ground and have your daughter write on it, or your dog chew it up. Like, you've got to look every single day, because then what you do is your action steps are based upon what your goals are. If you're telling me you want to make $5,000 a month, you want to retire from your job, you want to come home and be with your child, that is a lot different goals than telling me you want to pay for your Shakeology. Do you hear me? But I can't help you get there, and you can't get there unless you have steps. Okay? Once again, 3 goals for your weekly goal, your monthly goal, and your yearly goal. Okay? And I want you to start thinking about, like, there have to be a conviction in this goal that get you excited. Okay? Whether it's just finishing and starting a program from start to finish, having my results, whether it's really affecting and changing 5 people's life, whether it's adding 2 coaches to your team. If you want to build this business, your goal is to add 2 coaches to your team every single month and make Success Club. That's non-negotiable. Okay? That's what you should do. But it also should be things that make you excited and wake up in the morning and keep going. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. One of my big goals was to push to help this team be elite, is because I know that through the process of going through elite, I help more coaches become leaders and believe in themselves. Does that make sense? So my goal is not on the wall, be an elite coach. You know, my goal is to have an elite team for the 3rd year in a row and to help 5 coaches advance to Diamond, because I know that helps them feel better and it helps them get to where they want to go. Does that make sense? Your goals don't always have to be based upon your goals. It can be based upon what your team is going to help your team. Okay? But make sure that you don't forget yourself. All right? One of my goals weekly is to show up for myself, is to do personal development for myself. All right? Thank you so much for being on the team call. I love you guys. I love this team. If you haven't, take a picture. Let's take a picture. Let's take a selfie. Okay? Be real. Post. Smile. Cheese. Be real. You don't need to pretend. This is our team. I'm so excited that you guys are part of this team. I am blessed to be your leader, and I just want you to know that we can do amazing things together, but you got to believe in yourself, and you got to put yourself out there and be brave, okay? So be brave this week. Say bye-bye. Say be brave. Say be brave. Be brave. Okay. Be brave. Bye, guys. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye.